running late, but we're here. Okay, that would be roll call.
Yeah, I don't have a set of
Oh,
the agenda for today. I got everything with the agenda for today.
I think do that for now, but tell him and then still work on it. I'm gonna send it to her.
See him walking across the street, and I thought, oh my gosh, I forgot something. Let me in there.
Okay.
That's one.
Roll call, Riley.
Yes. I can do it
Tucker,
straight to
yes.
this one.
Bixler.
yes.
I'll get you going, Jeremy.
Okay, item 3 on the agenda is any remarks and inquiries by citizens. Any citizen here want to have any remarks or inquiries? We'll move to approve the minutes of the previous meeting. Should have that in your little folder here.
Thanks. Just tell exactly.
I assume, Shelley, you know of anything we need to be aware of on this?
No.
Okay?
I move to approve the minutes for the special meeting.
I second.
Roll call, Tucker, yes. Riley.
Yes.
Bixler.
Yes. Without Todd, we are going to attempt to approve the finance report. You'll be here in a little bit, but let's go ahead and look that over. Shelley, do you know of anything we need to be aware of?
No.
Maybe some of your secrets said to you.
Not a thing.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the finance report.
I second.
Roll call, Bixler.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Tucker, yes.
Okay, the auditor's report. Let's see, we don't have Sonia here. Do you know anything about that, Jeremy, or anything?
I can look at it real quick and
Deanna Walker.
tell you
Do we have,
if there's any findings.
Shelley, can we have copies of, do you have enough? of that?
No, I do not. I just have the one. Sorry.
Okay.
I thought she'd probably seen it. I would have seen that.
Anything there, Jeremy, that we need to be aware of?
Just as, in our opinion, the financial statements referred to above present fairly in all material respects the respective net position of Avard Rail Park Authority as of June 30, 2025, and the respective changes in that position and where applicable cash flows thereof. And looks like everything they're saying is fine that I see.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, do we have a motion to approve the auditor's report?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second. Roll call, Riley.
Yes.
Tucker, yes. Bixler.
Yes. Next item on the agenda, number 7, is to reemploy Jana for the next year. Right, Shelley, the engagement letter.
Yes.
Okay, is there quote or anything in that? Is it our standard?
This one here, well, this is the financial statement for the one we just did. Let's see if there's
There's showing on the second page.
this one here.
Get us more water on that side.
Well, I assume there's something, maybe there isn't anything, just
See, you'll approve that phase, it's in the next.
Is it possible?
I don't see it.
Let me scan it real quick.
Light,
Maybe you can come back to it.
light,
Okay.
I'll scan through it since
Okay.
I've got, she's our auditor also, so.
Before you start scanning, well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna come back and we'll wait for you, Jeremy. Go ahead and keep looking at that.
Sure.
And item 9, turn it over to the Myers Engineering Group.
So item number 9 is for Myers invoice 223085-19. The grand total of that invoice is $107,813. That is split between both of your grants. So the ARPA fund will be $86,713 paying for that invoice. The Prep D funds will be $21,100.
Okay? Anything we need to be aware of on that or anything pretty cut and dry?
Yep.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve?
I make a motion to pay Myers invoice 223085-19.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Matt.
Roll call, Riley.
Yes.
Tucker, yes. Bixler.
Yes. Okay, item 10.
You have Hoffman Water Wells pay application number 7 for a grand total of $330,431.24 that ARPA funds will pay for.
Okay. All right, do we have a motion to approve item 10?
I make a motion to approve item 10.
Second. Roll call, Riley.
Yes.
Tucker, yes. Bixler.
Yes. Okay, comes
Who
the
did that?
treasurer.
Who did that?
Who made the motion?
Yeah, who made the motion?
Riley.
Riley, okay, you second. Okay, thank you.
I discovered
They
that.
want you
I
to
was
review
checking
the
something
engagement.
here on my,
Yeah,
I go according to that roll
I
call.
had a typo here.
We approved the financial report without you, Todd, for the first time in the history of this authority.
Thank you.
It's like a giant baby step. Okay, item 12.
No.
Item 11.
11, Timco.
So their Timco's blastings and coatings pay application number 7 total is $652,377.95 that the ARPA funds are paying for.
Okay. We have a motion to approve that one.
I make a motion to approve number 11.
Second.
Okay,
Roll call, Riley. Yes. Tucker, yes. Holder.
Yes.
Bixler.
yes. Okay. Item 12 is an action to authorize the chairman to sign Davis Bacon payroll compliance certification for 2026 for Hoffman Water Wells and Timco Blasting. Does anyone want to make a motion to?
What is this? What is this now?
They're certified payroll logs that go with the activities that the contractors are doing, and so we check those to make sure that they're being paid at least a minimum of the requirements in the Davis-Bacon wage rates.
Okay.
And so this is just that these records have been checked and they're in compliance.
It's more of a compliance issue that we
It's-
have to do on every pay.
Yeah.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve this?
I'll move to approve number 12.
I'll second.
Roll call, Tucker, yes. Riley.
Yes.
Holder.
Yes.
Bixler.
Yes. Okay, item 13. Anything we need to discuss on that?
Glenn, do you want to talk about Timco's change order number 3?
Okay, so for Timco's change order, so that is to incorporate, let's see,
So additional debt for the,
additional depth for crossing a gas line, and just to maintain requirements for the gas company. Had to extend further down, that included additional benching and stuff because we're so deep. What else was on there?
I think we were catching up on some field changes for some material,
And
like
field
valves.
changing for, tying and look at the well field, some more additional work they had to do there. Get the water to the, end of the line.
So was that not part of their original contract, regardless of the depth? Why is that a change order?
For the gas company.
Not for the gas company. I mean, wasn't it the contractor's responsibility to verify the depth and to know when they make the bid of what
Gil,
was
can
there?
you
Or
hear
did
us?
we miss?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear.
Sorry about the delay, Bill.
I guess my question is this, when we bid the project, did we make a mistake when we bid it and that's the reason the change order, or did the contractor miss it? What's the reason for the change?
Some of it came after getting to get the gas company to tell us exactly how deep we need to be, what the separation was. We had already had the contract in before we could get it finalized with the gas company. And the gas company gave us, they were more strict than what it was programmed to be.
But who's fault? I mean, that's not.
How much are we talking? What's the dollars?
So this change order is for $95,218, which is covered. We have the funds in the ARPA grants that were unaccounted for. The bore itself is $19,380 of that.
Because they also required us to have steel casing surrounding their pipe, the sewer pipe.
Can you hear us, Bill?
I hear you, yes.
So the question was, the additional funding for the additional depth, was that because we missed it, or how did that get added into the, did we blow it?
What was the purpose of the change order?
Are you talking for Timco?
Yeah,
Yeah, for the extra depth going underneath the gas line.
Timco
How
number
much
3.
depth, how much depth are we talking?
Oh,
30 feet.
well, the problem was we had to lower the sewer line to accommodate the requirements of the gas company that could not get a direct answer on when we were in the design phase. So, we had to accommodate the gas people. We had no choice.
So the gas people wouldn't tell us what the requirements were?
Correct.
Yes, they gave us the requirements.
After the fact that we bid it.
Yes, after the fact, and even then, it was a moving target. I think we got them satisfied today, or got them hemmed in today, but it was a very flexible target.
That's a big miss.
Do what?
That's a big miss, $95,000.
Yeah, where are we?
Some of that's the additional work in the well field, the tie-ins near the chlorination station.
Oh, okay. So is this are we talking about the sewer line, or are we talking about the
We're talking both.
mains in the well field?
No, we're talking the chlorination station, the additional work there, tying that line in, and then we're talking about this, and then in addition to that, it is the extra depth for the sewer line. It's two of them together.
On this change order?
Yes?
Yes.
Is this change order for $95,000?
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking here. Hold on. I'm reading the change order.
Change order number 3.
Yeah, I'm looking at, so we had about 140 feet of 12-inch required to get, because the existing mains weren't where we thought they were. We had to add 2 gate valves, and we had to add some 45-degree bends, we had to add some T's, had to add a 90, a cut and plug, a 12x60, a 6x90 or 6-inch gate valve, a reducer, a little bit of 6-inch, and then we had just a 60 feet of bore at $19,000. So this one is not talking about additional depth on this change order, if I'm looking at the right one. Maybe I got it in the wrong order.
The additional bore was underneath the gas line, so we kind of misled you on the 30-foot one. This was the first bore underneath the one going along 281. Is that correct?
Okay, well that's $19,000.
Right.
If that bore there was for that, that's $19,380. So the total is 95, but that 95 includes all the miscellaneous pieces that we had to add to accommodate the existing water mains where nobody knew they were.
So, yeah, I think the majority of the cost is the steel casing, part of the requirement by the gas company as well. So with the bore, we had to do the 18-inch steel casing.
But that is not the deep one. Or is it added to it?
Yeah, that was on another
I think that's on the next
Previous.
change order.
change order, I think.
So the steel casing goes around their pipe or around our pipe?
Around our pipe.
So are we 100% sure this is gonna satisfy them?
Yes.
This was the final, what they told us that they needed.
And they were on site when we did this.
And they approved some updated plans that showed the casing and that bore underneath.
And so we had to go an additional 30 feet more.
I misled you on that. That is not this one here.
Okay.
That's this one here.
That's a deep sewer. That's a deep sewer.
So are there additional change orders beyond this yet to come?
Yes, there will be one more from
Yes.
Timco. There's some,
There'll
There's
be,
two more.
Well-
there'll be one coming that is it's not really a change order, it's gonna be an amendment. What we found is that in the well field, the way that there's so many cattle out there that we need to put fences around each individual well. We didn't have that originally. The wells did not have fences around them, so we didn't include them. And we want on all 12 wells, we want to put a 30 by 60 fenced area around the wells so that the cattle will not rub on the generator or our buildings as well. They probably won't hurt the buildings, but I know they'll hurt the generators. So we were proposing just to have the contractor utilize his existing unit prices for fencing, because he put fence around the lagoons, he put fence around the lift station. So the contractor verbally has agreed to add fence around each of the wells for us, and we're not limited by anything with the Competitive Bidding Act because it's a unit price contract, and that's a unit price item that we had. So that'll be coming next month. It'll be like a quantity, I guess, just an overrun or a quantity reconciliation is what that will be. But we did, just so you know, Levi brought with him a budget that shows how all these amendments and change orders fit into the total. And we, even doing the fences, even doing change order on item 13 and the change order on item 14 and 15, we still have about $240,000 left over that we need to figure out what to do with at some point. But today's not the day to figure that out. But
Bill on
at
the
the end of the day,
fence,
you might have to turn some money back. We just won't, if we can. It's hard to spend the money. It really is.
Bill on the fence, what kind of fence is he using, the contractor?
What's it do to him?
No
What is
type
it?
fence.
What type of fence is the contractor using to?
Yes, we're proposing a 6-foot chain link fence with climb barrier, and with two 10-foot gates on each well. And they can open up both gates to get a truck in, or they can do one gate to walk in at their convenience. So that's what we were proposing. That's what we did on the lift station.
Okay, good.
So that'll work out pretty good. And we did that. And if you notice, if you ever go down there in the well field, we put fence like this around the chlorination station, and the cattle don't seem to mess with it. It seems to work out pretty good.
So back to the change order that is on proposed now. So the additional valves, the additional casing, the additional boring that has to happen, are those items all in line from the contractor? I mean, are they using similar protocol or similar dollar values for what they were proposing in their original bid? The
Yes.
question is,
Yes.
you know, when you say change order to a contractor, typically they will add 1.5 or 2 times 4. You know, what you just described in the chain link fence is wonderful, as long as what they are telling us is the same protocol, that we're not paying double because the gas company didn't tell us.
That
Okay,
is a good point. And I think what happens is we use the term change order and amendment interchangeably. So really, change order means new item. Amendment means using the existing unit price item and just increasing quantity. So that's a good point. We're limited on change orders. We're limited to the 10% of the total contract in the aggregate. But on amendments, there really is no limit as long as the contractor is willing to do the work. So and stay within his original bid unit price.
So then, let me ask the question, is this a change order?
Okay, in theory, with this one that we're looking at, it really, like I said, we use the terms interchangeably. So it is a change order, but this is not necessarily inhibiting we're not using up our 10% of our allowable increase because these are existing unit prices.
I appreciate your explanation. I guess my concern is, are the changes that are proposed fair and equitable based on the bid structure that the contractor originally bid?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Okay,
It's unfortunate that the gas pipeline was unable to provide in a timely manner what was going to be necessary to go in or around their pipeline.
I agree.
Very
But I do want to add one thing, and I kind of misled you on something earlier. We did add for the extra depth, that's already been addressed, but what this is an additional 60 feet of casing to get a little bit further beyond the gas line. That's what that casing was. It was not, that's what that addition was.
And let's be clear, that casing is going around not the gas line, but the water line or the sewer line that we are putting
Our sewer line
around
is
it,
thread through it, yes.
so that our sewer does not bother the gas line.
Correct.
So,
That was requested by the gas company, correct?
how much below gas line does our sewer line have to be in this case?
I think they require 6-foot minimum separation.
So what was the first estimate? I mean, surely,
So it wasn't the additional depth as much as it was the additional cost for the casing that went around it. That's the majority of the cost.
That's what this one is. I think the depth changes, that was actually already approved within the last change order. So this is just the casing itself, extending that additional 60 feet, 30 foot either side.
okay,
I'll make the motion.
second.
okay,
Roll call Holder,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Tucker, yes, Bixler.
yes.
Thanks for the explanation.
Okay. Now, okay, that was item 13.
That's that big one.
Okay, next one is item 14, change order 2.
This is for Hoffman Water Well.
Okay, can we, in lieu of time, can we get an explanation on that and up front?
Yeah, I can give a debrief on the items real quick, and then Glenn can describe maybe the process a little bit more. But so this is for 4,000 linear feet of underground electric conduit and wiring, and meters for 4 of our well houses, be some electrical upgrade, and then 80 linear feet of proposed 6-inch water main at the well field.
Okay. In the well field, OG&E is our provider. OG&E runs their main line in, and they do one turn, and there's one pole with 3 transformers hanging on it. city in the past had had 3 lines below, and they serviced all the wells in the field. OG&E basically stated that they're no longer going to tie their meters to the old line. So what that means is from the existing OG&E line, we have to trench conduit from the meters, the transformer meter on 2 poles. We have to trench to each one of the 4 wells that we're going to. That's what this is. And then the additional 6-inch water line is because of the proximity of the water line from the actual wells themselves. In most cases, the well runs 15, 20 feet from the water line. In this case, one of them is off by 150 feet or so. We have to trench, put the water line in, 6-inch water line to reach that.
Okay.
Glenn, I'm going to add a little bit. So in the well field, part of it is served by AEC. Part of it was served by OG&E. Part of it, which is the part that we're working on now, the 20 series, was served by a electric overhead power main that was owned by the city of Alva that was served with a junction into OG&E's system. Then OG&E went and put meters on the well buildings, but took power from the city of Alva power line into the building, and they basically metered the power there. And that's how they've operated for probably the last 70 years, probably, or maybe 50 years. But OG&E, when we went out there and met with them, they said, we're not going to do that anymore. We're just going to set you meters over here. It's y'all's responsibility to get over here to your wells. They didn't want to have their meters on the city of Alva's power line. And it's not, the city of Alva's power line was probably not of the same caliber as OG&E's power line, okay? So that's what that's about, is they, basically OG&E changed their mind and decided this is how they wanted to do it now. So it's
I'll
all
try to be
situation.
brief.
Go ahead.
So, instead of OG&E having to bring the power overhead to each one of those meters, now they're going to take it to one location on that property. And as we trench that, if there is a break in that line, it will be City of Alva's responsibility to put a new line underground to their wellhead, right? So we're taking on a little more liability there. And
OG&E's reducing some of theirs.
yeah, and OG&E's reducing, but the fact that it's underground in conduit is probably an upscale, and it replaces what's there, which is further going to enhance what is in the field. But the generators are located at each wellhead, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
So if there was a power outage and there was a break in that line, that well would continue to function until the line could be replaced.
Correct.
Now, make it clear if you can about AEC, and half of it's being serviced by AEC and half of it's being serviced by OG&E as far as the well field is concerned.
Yeah, I don't know if it's half, but there is a portion. I believe it's the farthest south portion of the well field, probably a mile south of where we're working, that has some AEC lines that are serving the wells. It was odd. I don't know how they got over there. I just don't know how it happened, but that's my understanding.
Well, that's just further diversifies our electricity, though. I think that's a good thing. So, last question from Todd at this point. Are the generators gas, electric, or propane, or what are the generators?
Propane.
Propane.
I make a motion.
We have a second.
I'll second. Roll call, Holder.
Yes.
Tucker, yes. Riley,
Yes.
Bixler.
Yes.
Wait here.
Okay. Item 15.
What's the amount?
The amount of the change order,
Yeah, how much was it?
Glenn?
$299,700.
No. Yeah, you have it in front of you? Okay.
Yeah, $299,700.
And ARPA dollars covers that stuff. Will you pass that to Glenn? Thank you.
And can you elaborate?
This is change order number 1 for Marsaw Enterprises, which is the Phase 2 water line section of the project that we just bid out, or just awarded.
So, I'd like to talk about this a little bit. So, we have, from the water storage tank in the well field, we have 2 existing 16-inch diameter water mains that extend from that tank northward all the way to the city, in the vicinity where you guys are now. And over time, valves on that line have failed open, and we also didn't have as many valves that we would have wanted to have had in the past. So what this change order does is we found, originally we wanted to do more, but we could afford to do 8 locations where we put new butterfly valves on the 2 water mains, so it gives us a little more control in the event of an outage. So what's happened in the past, because some of the valves didn't work, because there weren't enough, if they had a leak on that reach of the line from the tank northward all the way up almost to Harper, we'd have to shut down everything. Now we believe we can shut down segments with this valving that we've done, and it would just be a better situation for everybody. And this was what we did was the contractor had in his bid unit prices for 16-inch butterfly valves, but those were 16-inch butterfly valves to be installed on a brand new line that's coming through. So it's minimal labor compared to cutting one in. So we included this change order cost for him to find the existing lines, cut open the line, shut down the valves that do exist. There's some. You might have to drain 4 miles of line, and then put these new valves in. And so this change order includes 8 locations where we're doing that. And the other thing was, which I'm sort of excited about, the change order also includes, we had a large number of users, I say large, 12 users along 281 from Harper Road southward all the way down to Erickson. And those users are on the well field water storage tank. So they get, on the average, maybe 40 pounds of pressure. Depends on what's going on with the tank. It depends on what's going on in town. Sometimes they get down to 35 pounds of pressure. And so what we're proposing is that we go, let me step back. So Alba has basically 3 zones. So they got a really high pressure zone that extends on the down to Plains Plastic, and it's on the west side of the highway. So what we're proposing is to do service bores under the highway. We'll tie onto the 12-inch line on the west side of the highway, extend under the highway, and tie the meters for all these users that are on the east side, starting at Harper Road going south, tie them into the 12-inch line. So those people will now have an additional 35, 40 pounds of pressure, static pressure, at all times. The hydrants, if they're already on the east side of the highway, will stay on the well field storage tank, because there's a lot of volume there. But we're doing this so that when we do have a fire, God forbid, but if we had a fire at the industrial park, it would not inhibit the people that are the users there from Harper southward, because they'll be on the high pressure side of the system, which is served off the booster pump stations. There's one at across from the mayor's house, and there's one over on the intersection of 14th and Oklahoma that pump all the way back. So this is a improvement. I mean, you got the tire place, you got Western Equipment, you got Erickson, there's 12 of them in there, and we're just going to bore into the road, find their meter, and tie them onto this high pressure side. So that's our proposal, and that cost is worked into this change order as well. And I've heard the users along there at times have complained, and I get it. And this will, for their normal usage, this will be a positive impact.
So is this a change order, or is this an additional, just a change order, or is this an additional project?
It is $77,320 is an amendment, and then $278,000 is a actual change order. You add them together, the $355,537, which is the total increase. So we have not gone over the statutory 10% limit on the change order items, new items.
It needs it.
What?
So, okay.
Maybe you.
So all the change orders together, guys, when we add them all up, we're still gonna be within our statutory limits.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's not by design, I hope.
What?
It's not by design, so we're not figuring out what that is and then staying under that. Because while I think this is a great project, I think it's more of a project than a change order. Is that fair?
You can look at it like that, yeah.
Because it's going to benefit, and and I guess it doesn't really matter, but we are coming close to the end of the time that we can do additional projects. We are coming squeakily close to the end of our budget money. What happens with the next pitfall of we missed this, we have to have this? Are there any other possible solutions, possible problems out there that we could need additional dollars for? I am happy to vote for the amendment. I'm happy to push for it. I don't want to end up with an, oh my gosh, right at the end of the project, here's another $500,000 or $700,000 change that we don't have money for, that we need to complete the project. Is that a fair question or not?
That's a very fair question. I will say that, okay, I never dreamed we'd have almost $1 million left over. I mean, it's a good problem to have. So these issues, like for example, the meters, the valves, those have always been out there, but I never dreamed we'd ever have enough money to deal with them. And, it's just, so that's, in a way, Todd, yes, those are almost like a project, but, the money's there. I know my experience with the government, they really rather you spend it than turn it back. Because it's difficult for them, because then they got to do another grant agreement with somebody else to spend the money. So,
And we still have
I don't know,
$254,000
these are things that have been out there for a while.
not used.
We just spent $1 million.
We never had the wherewithal to cross the
Yeah.
highway. I mean,
I appreciate that.
but the thing is, Todd, the fact that these users on the east side are already having a little bit of a struggle, and if we have a fire out there, if we get a big giant user out there at the park, it's going to affect these users on a constant basis. And that's why I was related to this, is because in a way it sort of helps us dealing with the demand at the park without hurting these other people. We put a computer model together, and we worked on it for days, analyzing the impact of a major fire at the industrial park. It was keeping everybody in water on the east side, but it wasn't a great situation. They had like 30 to 32 pounds. And it meets DEQ minimums, but if you're the person that's living with that, it's not great. It's hard to flush a toilet. It's hard to, do anything on the second floor of a building
So,
at all.
Your question was, after all this, what do we have left? So, Bill, after doing all this, what's left?
254,000.
Okay,
Yeah, 250.
perfect. Now then, the flip side of that question is, after we spend this, what other issues can come up between now and the end of the project that could exceed that $254,000? And the question could be, nothing. But we didn't think we were going to have these issues to begin with, nor did we think we were going to have the additional funds to do that. I want to vote yes. I agree totally with it. I am a little hesitant to vote yes, and then we have a $500,000 change order that we haven't seen yet.
Well,
What's the assurance we won't have that? And you can't, right? So that's where, I know that we're coming to the finish line of the project. There's no other gas line. Maybe that's not fair.
one thing is we can't, if it's a change order, we're at the limit on Hoffman, at Marsall, and I think at Timco, we can't do any change orders. It'd have to be an amendment. But, from what I've seen so far, like, everything's been value-added type things. It's not like Oaks, you know. Now the deal with the gas company, oil companies, whatever, that was negative, but other than that, I mean, it's just,
Well, the additional money we had to spend to beef up our electric lines from the lack of OG&E being able to communicate that they weren't going to service us the way they had been servicing for 50 years, while it might be a little bit of a positive impact for us, we weren't expecting that, right?
no, I agree. I'm not disagreeing
So
with that.
I don't think that they're any different than the oil and gas company. As a layman's perspective, all I'm asking is, your best guesses from you 4 people that are here, is there anything out there that should prohibit us from going ahead? Not
Nothing
legally
that we
binding,
know
just a
of.
question.
It's not.
I would say where we are, like, so the water line going in now is pretty straightforward. If we run into anything, those butterfly valves that we have, we can easily back some of those out of there if we do have experience anything. But I said, but with the contingency that we have, Hoffman, the biggest issue they had was with the electrical, and that's pretty much taken care of. With the Temco, it was the deep bore. Right now, we're just waiting on the walkways to come in, put the fencing in, and to hook up the electrical. And I don't foresee too many more things that could.
Is the relationship with the contractor so that if something else comes up, we short 2 or 3 butterfly valves? Or have another meeting to do that? I mean, is it that good? Just a question.
We'll just delete them.
Yes.
If that happened, we just have to delete them and then he'd return them.
Once we vote on this,
Very easy.
once we vote on these changes, it gives you the authorization to order them to do it, but not the whole project? So they're piece by piece?
He's probably ordered all of his butterfly valves that were in the project. If you all sign this, he will order these 8. But I believe that if for some reason we had to delete some, the labor won't be done, and he can return the valves. The valves are if you have a 16-inch butterfly valve, they're very easy to return because they're very odd. And they're hard to find, so. That would be fine. I was going to check one more thing here. I think, Todd, I think we might have some money that we haven't. Let me see. We might. Bear with me a second. Well, can't find it now. I was going to see what we'll report on that next month, maybe on what else might be left. I mean, I don't know. Frankly, Glenn, I don't know if we spent all the inspection or not. I just don't know. There might be There might be 30 or 40,000 there that we haven't spent. That's all I know of. But maybe. I'm just saying. I'll have to look at it. I have to work right now.
Yeah.
But Todd, I agree. I mean, basically, we have the 245,000. My gut tells me we're going to have to probably turn it back at the end of the job. I don't know what else to spend it on.
Hey, Bill, I've got Myers invoices in front of me. We have, you want me to look at what we have on RPR there?
Yeah, we have
So on
like 2
the
or
original
3,
contract, we've invoiced
deals, but
85% of that.
you're at 85?
On the original contract. And then we haven't, on amendment 1 to our contract, we haven't started touching that inspection amount. And that is
Okay.
77,600 there.
Okay, so we might, like I said, we might have 30,000 there that we don't use. Yeah, so that 254 could be 280 at the end of the day.
Well, I'm certainly not proposing that we not do inspections. I will make the motion for the amendment.
Thank you, Todd. Do we have a second? I'll second it.
Roll call, Holder,
Yes.
Wixler,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Tucker, yes.
Are you sure? Okay. All right. Now we're going to go back up before we go into the executive session. quick little deal. Jeremy, did you, on item 7, in the engagement letter with Jenna Walker, did you find anything?
Yeah, I found the dollar amounts. I gave it to Todd to review. Just one thing, one line in there I wasn't quite sure of. I don't know if he's at 5,000 and 8,000. I wasn't sure what that meant.
Yeah, probably because it's gonna take additional work because of all of these contracts that she's gonna have to agree on. It's still a bargain.
Okay.
I'll make a motion if we need one. I'm okay.
Yes.
Second. Roll call, Holder,
Yes.
Tucker, yes. Riley,
Yes.
Dixon.
Yes. Okay, then, skipped over Jeremy. Will give us a little, brief report on the turkey hunt or any of those things.
Yeah, the turkey hunt I feel was rather successful. We had a good showing for everything, and we had guests. We had Grant Tevis with BNSF who was here. Brian Metters, who's our third-party consultant, as well. We had conversations of things moving forward. Just nothing specific, just more general talk, but getting conversations started. That's pretty much what I have. The
Okay.
rest will be executive session.
What now?
That's it. Any other statement I have will be an executive session.
Okay. Okay, that covered the 2 items we skipped earlier. Now we need a motion, item 16, to enter an executive session. We have a motion to,
Move to enter into executive session.
okay, second?
Roll call, Tucker, yes. Bixler,
Yes.
Holder,
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bill.
Roll
Yes.
call, Holder, Tucker, yes. Bixler.
Yes. Thank you all, appreciate it.